Psychology tells a different story. Most assume criminals are simply evil. But the truth runs much deeper. Crime begins inside the human mind. Every criminal carries a chain of thoughts. Today we will go inside that chain. The brain is wired for survival. But sometimes that wiring breaks completely. Psychologists have studied this for a century. What they found will shock you. Why do people commit crimes? There is never one single reason. It is biology meeting a broken environment. Some criminals are born with brain abnormalities. Their prefrontal cortex is underdeveloped. This is the decision-making center of the brain. They act before they ever think. Childhood trauma leaves the deepest scars. Abused children learn one brutal lesson. The world is dangerous and threatening. Dangerous worlds demand dangerous responses. Psychologists call this survival adaptation. Protection slowly transforms into aggression. Now comes something truly chilling. Psychologists call it the Dark Triad. 3 traits found in criminal minds. First comes narcissism, an unshakable sense of superiority. Rules simply do not apply to them. Second comes Machiavellianism, cold calculated manipulation of people. Everyone around them is just a chess piece. Third and darkest is psychopathy. No empathy, no remorse, no guilt. They lie without flinching even once. They feel nothing causing pain. Here is what most people never know. Not all psychopaths are street criminals. Some run major companies right now. The Dark Triad lives on a spectrum. But mixed with poverty, it becomes explosive. Now consider the social environment. Poverty alone does not create criminals. Poverty plus hopelessness always does. When people feel invisible, they stop following rules. Psychologists call this strain theory, the gap between dreams and reality. That gap silently grows into frustration. Unchecked frustration eventually breeds crime. Peer influence is another dangerous trigger. Most young offenders commit crimes together. The group makes it feel completely normal. Crime becomes their language of belonging. And belonging is a core human need. Now enter the criminal thought process. Criminals think very differently during offenses. They slip into cognitive distortion. They justify every action in their mind. They tell themselves they needed more. They believe the victim truly deserved it. They convince themselves everyone does the same. These are not lies but real beliefs. That is what makes rehabilitation so hard. You are not correcting a single behavior. You are rewiring an entire belief system. Serial criminals fascinate psychologists deeply. Most carry antisocial personality disorder. They repeat crimes not from stupidity. They repeat from deep neurological compulsion. Their brain releases dopamine during criminal acts. Crime chemically feels like a reward to them. That is why punishment alone always fails. The brain needs retraining, not just punishment. Now something genuinely controversial arises. Are criminals fully responsible for their actions? Every legal system says absolutely yes. But neuroscience gives a complicated answer. Brain scans reveal damaged emotional regulation centers. Many had little control over their impulses. This does not mean they go free. But our approach to crime must shift. Prevention always carries more power than punishment. Reaching a child early saves far more lives. Mental health support is the real crime fighter. Strong communities stop crime before it starts. Now comes the part that haunts you. The most dangerous criminals look completely normal. They appear calm, charming, and totally ordinary. Ted Bundy was handsome and well-spoken. Many killers raised families and held steady jobs. They attended church and greeted neighbors warmly. They never once appeared to be a threat. The mask of normalcy is the deadliest weapon. So what do we do with this knowledge? Stop seeing crime as only moral failure. Start seeing it as a psychological phenomenon. Understanding criminals does not mean excusing them. It means we learn to fight smarter. The real battle is not in courtrooms. It is fought in classrooms and homes, in therapy rooms and broken communities. Every ignored child carries a future risk. Every untreated trauma ticks like a clock. Every dismissed cry for help echoes later. We do not just need tougher laws. We need far deeper human understanding. The criminal mind was once an innocent child, curious and laughing and trusting the world. Somewhere, The world completely failed the child, failed to protect, failed to listen, failed to care, and failure always carries heavy consequences. Sometimes those consequences were a criminal's face. The question was never only why they did it. The real question is, what did we miss? And are we finally willing to fix it?